What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jarrett Kushman. In today's video, we are going to be finding the ciders of the summer. Let's go. Our first cider we are bringing back a classic. We are bringing back the Magnotta Craft Peach Apple Cider. This is one of my all-time favorites, and it's in the original video days was one of my highest ranked ciders, and it was the one I recommend to basically anybody who would listen, especially if you like that peach flavor. So I figured, what better way than to try out the video with this one first. This cider is 5.6%. Magnotta, I know, won awards for this cider, I believe 2 years in a row, at least 1 year in like the early 2020, 2019 era. They've stayed around, so that generally can tell you how good a cider is. You see ciders that'll pop up sometimes, and then they disappear within probably about a year or two because the demand isn't just there for them, or they've priced themselves out of the market. Magnotta's kept their prices relatively similar over the last couple of years. No big changes, like maybe $1 a can difference, which is on brand with everything else in the cider market. So, let's give it a try. Cheers. So, you're initially hit with that peach and that sweet flavor. It is very light, it is very nice, and it's very enjoyable. It's one of those ones that you definitely could enjoy on a summer day. And there's a reason why it's one of my favorites. I definitely started off biased here, but I also had to start with something that I have on record said is good to make sure, one, my tastes are still the same, two, it's still up to the same standard, and three, to set that baseline. This is the top of the top. This is one of the best ciders, I would argue, in Ontario. There's a reason why it's won awards. It will win awards with me if I got to make them. So that's why I tried this one first, because I think it's the cream of the crop, and I think this should be the cider of the summer. In my opinion, it's pretty clear cut, it's awesome, it's enjoyable, it's light, it's like a little bit sweet, but also not overly sweet, and there's not any aftertastes that are gross. So, Magnotta Peach Craft Apple Cider, big win from my books, 9.5 out of 10. I think you have to try this one. It is definitely a cider of the summer. Cheers. Up next, we have a sister cider to one of my favorites, the one we just had, the Peach Apple Cider by Magnotta. This one is a craft pineapple chili apple cider. I picked this up because it looked interesting and because it was made by Magnotta. Magnotta kind of gets a pass of like, if it sounds a little out there, I'm willing to try it. Because just, again, they nailed the peach, so I trust that they have decent flavor in what they're producing. And I love something with a little bit of spice. And I feel like this is almost like a substitute to like a spicy margarita. So, let's give it a try. Okay. It is spicy. I can tell you that just from the smell. I got hit by that pepper. Smells spicier than it tastes. It was really good though. So it tastes good. But if I breathe in through my nose while I'm drinking it, I think I need to sneeze. It has a bit of a spicy aftertaste. It's good, but it has like a lasting aftertaste. Like I can still feel the first sip I had. I don't think this is as good as the Peach Apple Cider. It's definitely something different. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 drink. I don't think it's something you have to try unless you like spicy. If you like spicy, this will be something that you will enjoy. Because again, it's not too sweet, but the spice, there is definitely kick on that. This feels like it's a substitute for a spicy margarita if you don't want something with tequila in it kind of thing. Like this would be a canned version of that, in my eyes. I'm going to give it about a 7 out of 10. 6.5, 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's the rating we're going with it here. But just off of the basis, it's different. It's not terrible, but it's not anything you're going to write home about. You're not going to tell anybody that you're like, oh, you have to try this. So it's solid. It'll get the job done. It'll be a good replacement of a spicy marg. But 6.5 out of 10. That's the final rating. I don't mind it. Up next, we have the Pommies Semi-Sweet Original Cider. This is a 5% base level can cider. I have never had a Pommies cider before, so I really am going in blind here. There's nothing really on here that gives a hint to what I'm really coming into. Sometimes they'll say like sweet, dry. I'm not seeing that like semi-sweet, but generally there'll be an indication of like how, I don't know, semi-sweet it is. Semi-sweet I find are hit and miss. So because it's semi, they can get away with it being a much more harsh, dry cider. Or it's at baseline, it was too sweet, so they say it's semi-sweet because they've taken some of the sugar out. I think that's why they do that. It's nice. It is a refreshing cider. I don't know if it's because I'm comparing it to the sweet chili one I just had, but it's not bad. They use Ontario apples. That's a plus. I don't know. It's kind of like a nothing cider. Like, you know you're drinking a cider. It's solid. But there's no notes on it because there's nothing to really describe it based off of it. It's not super sweet. It's not super dry. It's very much like if you had a line graph of like super sweet to like bland, super dry to not dry. It's like dead center. It is a bullseye on a dartboard of just basic. And that's what it is. It's a basic cider. It's solid. I think you can't go wrong picking this. Like, if you just like ciders, this is solid. I think it's a 7.2 out of 10. I don't think it's anything higher than that. It's good. It's a box checker. But again, I don't think there's nothing about this that makes me go, I need to get 2 or 3 more cans of this. It's, oh, that was nice. I'm going to try something else. That's what this epitome of this cider is, in my opinion. Solid, but it'll do the job. Not the worst if you're out to a restaurant. But you're not getting 3 or 4 of these. You don't care to have an extra. So it's solid. 7.2. That's my review. Up next, we have a second peach cider. It is a Liberty Village dry cider, peach flavored. It is the lowest percentage alcohol cider we are doing. And I wanted to make sure I did this one separated far enough from the first cider, the Magnotta one, which I know I'm slightly biased towards, to give this one like the fairest shot I could give it. And I also found it fun I'm going to do my lowest percentage drink this one, and then the highest percentage on the next one. So just a fun little difference. Is there a big difference in it? No. But something just different. So 4.5% dry cider, peach flavored by Liberty Village. It's a local Canadian cider company. It is bubbly. I mean, I'm not pouring very great, but it's kind of intentional. I don't like the carbonation in a lot of the drinks, so I don't mind if I kill a bit of it. So because it's dry, I'm not expecting it to be as sweet and have maybe as enjoyable a flavor as Magnotta Peach Cider. I think when it's dry, though, it's given an opportunity to have better flavor. So, let's try it out. Cheers. So I'm not going to lie. Sometimes cider companies swing and miss. This, to me, feels like a miss. I'm going to try it out with a can. I'm going to see if maybe, like, there was water in the bottom of the glass. Like, I'm going to try and give them the benefit of the doubt. But it tastes incredibly bland. Like, it tastes like, you know when you get those packets and you put in water bottles to make it like a flavor? It tastes like you put, like, a couple drops of, like, a peach-flavored one in there. It's a bit better, but it tastes bland. This is not great. I know it says 0 grams of sugar, so I'm wondering if it's like there's a lack of sweetness. But you don't need to have sweetness to have flavor, and it's already dry. So having a dry, no sugar cider isn't the greatest idea. And honestly, I think the peach flavor kind of makes it taste like medicine. Like that gross medicine that you inject in your mouth as a kid. Yeah. 4 out of 10. Do not recommend. Not great. All right, hopefully the next one is better. All right, for our last one, we have our strongest one yet. It is a Thornberry, and it's called a strong apple cider. Craft strong apple cider. It is 7.1%. Sophia and I actually visited the Thornberry main place where they brew stuff, and we did a bunch of flights and samples. We didn't try this one, so I'm excited to try this one. Thornberry's has some of my favorite ciders that I've tried. They have a blood orange one that's delicious. They have that's some pop. They have a couple other ones that are just really, really good. So I'm excited to try this. Being that it's stronger, I'm expecting it's probably going to be a tad on the aggressive side, because I would expect it to be a bit more dry, and probably have a bit maybe a harsher of a taste. Could be wrong. I'm excited to try this though. Let's give it a go. Cheers. You know what? That's pretty good. That did not have nearly as harsh of an aftertaste or that front impact that I thought it would have. It's actually quite good. I'm very impressed with this. So if you're drinking with the intention of you want to have enough of these to be drunk, I think this is a good option. I don't know if it's the highest quality cider out there. I think it's a very high quality, high percentage cider. I think it's probably one of the better 7% ciders I've had. I think I have it up there with the shiny ciders. Those are a 7.4, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's pretty good. It's solid. Nothing over the top, which I appreciate. When you generally see very strong, you're like, okay, what are we sacrificing here? And it doesn't seem to be sacrificing that much. So I'm pretty impressed with this. Yeah, I kind of think it's similar to, oh God, what's the name of it? The green one we had. I feel like it's pretty middle of the road basic. I like it. I think it's a bit better than that one. I think because it is also a higher percentage of alcohol, it's more impressive for it to be tamed down a bit. It's a very tame, high percentage canned drink. So I'm going to give this a 7.8 just because of the way that it's all contained. I think it's pretty good. And I think that wraps it up. I think we have to do another one of these. I think there's so many ciders out there. So comment below what ciders you want to see me review next, and I will make sure to do those in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Cheers.